Hi, Rebecca. I can see that you have the basic concepts. For future, I'd like you to be a little more of a stickler with getting things just right and following the directions given. Let's see. With shades, the black is not a true black, so your RGB values there should be 000. Also in shades, the fourth square from the left looks as though it may come from a different hue. With your assignment 4 work, please, for future, omit stroke with all Illustrator work. I believe that's what's going on here. With your gradation of hue, the colors are not all fully saturated, and I'd like you to figure out how to do that. There's instructions in the assignment. Hi, Jeff. Things look pretty good here. With your leftmost boxes in assignment 3, the top does not technically match, and I'm not getting a true black read with that last square in shades. Now, I think you are also working in Illustrator. It appears there's a stroke around all of your circles. I'd like you to omit stroke for future. The most compelling design here is the gradation of saturation. Nice arrangement. I'd like to see you control the value so that it's constant throughout the design a little bit more. Jeff, things look pretty good with these scales. Technically, the top left box there, the first one in tints, doesn't match the other leftmost boxes, and I'm not getting a true white read with the RGB values for the opposite end of that scale. I've looked at all of these in grayscale so far to check constant value in tones, and while there is some fluctuation in the work of your classmates value-wise there, I do note in yours the first box is quite a bit lighter than the others. So that would be something to check on, constant value in tones. Hi, Catherine. You do have the concepts here, I see, and you've got some nice design ideas working in assignment 4. Now, to be particular, I'm not seeing a match with the 3 leftmost boxes in assignment 3. They should all have precisely the same RGB values. You need to be able to ensure that you're getting precisely the same color with each of those. Also, the rightmost boxes, why your white isn't a true white. We don't have a true black nor a true gray, although they do look pretty good to the eye. I noticed that the value is quite constant in your gradation of saturation. Hi, Nagina, you've got to help me learn how to pronounce your name correctly. Send me an email and correct me if necessary. Now, looking at your scales, well, you have the ideas, basically. The black needs to be a true black and the gray a true gray. So I want you to go back and look at my notes and figure out how to do that. Also, it's a little bit of a bumpy road there in your tint scale. Remember, a gradation is a gradual transition. I want to compliment you for your success with keeping value constant in tones. You were also successful in doing the same in the gradation of saturation. With your assignment 4 pieces, well, I need you to take a closer look at instructions in future. These are meant to be perfect circles, and I also asked everyone to submit each design as a separate file and to leave titles off of the files. Hi, Shannon. Taking a look at your scales, I appreciate your control in keeping all 3 leftmost boxes the same and getting the right RGB values in the rightmost boxes. It might be that toward the middle of tints, things could be a little more gradual. And while tones is pretty good, the value could be fixed more so. Now, with your other work, at first I thought that this was a gradation of hue. I thought this was one piece and not three, as they're not labeled, and because I asked people to submit each design in a different file. So, the one that works best for gradation of saturation is the one bottom left. All of these have that odd purple grape, if you will. And in the gradation of saturation and gradation of value, you are asked to keep the hue constant. And with the gradation of hue, the gradation should be a gradual transition. Hi, Jamie. I can see that you got all three leftmost boxes to be precisely the same color here. The rightmost boxes in this assignment 3 aren't quite right, and I'd like you to review what I've written in the draft review and see if you can get a better handle on that. The transitions look good, and you have the concepts. Now, with assignment 4, here I put the gradation of saturation in the middle, and I've been trying to put that on the right side of the sets. You did quite a good job on that. Now, with the gradation of hue, your colors ought to be fully saturated, and I want you to go back to the assignment and check how that's done. Instructions can be found there. Also, your files are not true JPEGs, and I don't know what's up if you're using different software. Make sure you're using Photoshop or Illustrator, and do not overwrite the file extension, but save for web and choose JPEG. Hi, Emery. Please let me know if I'm not saying your name just right. Your scales look really good. The only tiny thing I might say about them is second from right in the tints. That color could be selected from the topmost edge of the color picker so that it is white plus the hue with no hint of black or gray. Now, looking at your gradation of value there on the left, things look okay. It's a rather simple layout. I do notice that the hue for the topmost circle is different from the hue in the others. Excellent job with your gradation of saturation and also with your tone scale. Heather, this is an excellent set of scales here for assignment 3. With assignment 4, your gradation and hue, the colors aren't all fully saturated. That's something I would like you to figure out how to do. Go back to the assignment, take a look at the directions there. Also, please submit 3-part assignments or multi-part assignments separately for future. Sorry, your scales look quite good. And the RGB values are right on for the rightmost boxes, but they're not all matching with the leftmost boxes. I like your presentation with assignment 4, but remember I was asking for 3 separate files. A lot of good design ideas there. Things look good. Julia, this is a great set of scales. I also noticed that in your gradation of hue, all colors are fully saturated. I like your design idea with value. With saturation and also the tone scale, there is a slight fluctuation in value. I'd like to ask you to leave text and titles out of future works. Try to get the point across with the imagery, with the color alone. Amanda, this is a really nice set of scales. Let's take a look at the assignment 4 work. With the gradation of value there on the left, you haven't kept hue entirely constant. You can see that there are pink circles as well as purple ones. So pink is actually from the red hue, different from purple. With the gradation of hue, those colors are not all fully saturated. So I'd like you to revisit the assignment instructions and things I've added there to figure out how to do that. Gradation of saturation looks quite good.